and let us all do we can to build a better future.
So South Carolina, we got to laugh about this. We got to talk about it. All right. Now, in what I like to call, I told you so. Woo! Oof! Oh my God. I can't even take it. My goodness gracious, Cretaceous. Goodness gracious, Cretaceous. Nikki, that's not her name, Haley, thoroughly defeated in her own home state. In her own backyard. Even Elizabeth Warren didn't get smacked hard in her own home state as much as Nikki Haley did. But Trump voters made it abundantly clear how they feel about it. In case in point, look, I got to pull this up here. And before any of my audience members says, hey, Kit, phrasing, I just wanted to say right now, as it stands, this happened last night, breaking, but last night, Koch pulls out of Nikki Haley after Trump creams, get your mind out of the gutter, her in South Carolina primary. All right. So obviously it's a tight pullout game that the Kochs have to do. And Trump did do a huge cream pot in face. I mean, creamed her in South Carolina. Get your mind out of the gutter. Phrasing. Before anyone says phrasing. But, hey, listen, the only reason why I'm talking like this is because, first of all, this headline here is just pure gold. Koch pulls out of Nikki Haley after Trump creams her in South Carolina primary. I mean, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Whoever wrote this, I love you for it. Because, my goodness, there's a lot of wordplay that you could do with this right here, okay? It's quite hilarious. It's hilarious to me because now, as it stands, billionaire-backed Koch network halts Nikki Haley campaign funding after South Carolina loss. Well, no duh. No shite. Americans for Prosperity Action, horrible name because they're not for prosperity for Americans. The network backed by billionaire Charles Koch is pausing its financial support for Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley. That's not her name. Campaign a day after she lost to former President Donald Trump in her own home state of South Carolina. AFP Action said it still endorses Haley for president, but now its support will only come in the form of words, not cash. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Nikki, you lost a sugar daddy. Oh, oof. She lost a sugar daddy. Oh man. There's probably a lot of only fools who can relate to that story. I know what that's like. Given the challenges in the primary states ahead, we don't believe any outside group can make a material difference to widen her path to victory, AFP Action CEO Emily Steidel wrote in an email to staff, first reported by Politico. And so, while we continue to endorse her, we'll focus our resources where we can make a difference, which means the money's up, honey. You ain't getting any more. AFP Action declined to provide further comment beyond the staff memo. AFP Action closing its wallet is the next nail in the coffin for the former South Carolina governor, who has taken a series of hits since the start of election year. Along with AFP Action billionaire Reid Hoffman has also stopped funding Haley's presidential bid. Oh, no. Oh, yes. And of course, Deneen Grant says the money faucet was turned off. She will drop out in a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, an uno. Salty Digital Dive. You get your mind out of that gutter. This is a family-friendly show here, okay? This is family-friendly. Just because the Kochs pulled out and Trump creamed her doesn't mean that we can go ahead and keep our minds in the gutter. I expect more out of my viewing audience. Shame on all of you across the political spectrum. And don't type in the comment section below that I'm encouraging it. How simply dare you? How simply dare all of you? Yes, I know. Yes, all of you. Seriously, shame on all of you. Shame on you, my viewing audience. All of you should be better. I expected more out of all of you. But see, it gets a little interesting because if we look at overall her failure, I mean, even the media sees it. Everybody knows it. Everybody's talking about it. Here, let's play this video here.
Her own party behind her. And we saw Tim Scott there. He asked, is South Carolina still a Trump country? Which the answer is yes, but this is also still Donald Trump's political party. And the Republican Party is. And I remember heading into one of the debates, DeSantis' super PAC put out a memo saying that DeSantis needed to make the argument that he's the guy to carry the torch forward. But Republican primary voters have decided that they still want Trump to carry the torch. And no one's been able to figure out how to land a punch on him because he is essentially still an incumbent. And in order to take out an incumbent in politics, you have to convince voters there needs to be a change. Her own party behind her. And we saw Tim Scott there.
Yes, it is quite rather pathetic and sad to see this. But even then, like the numbers, the stuff that's showing just how terrible she did during that primary. I mean, it's beyond pathetic. She has low approval ratings. She got significantly destroyed by Donald Trump, who had a commanding lead. I mean, it was a foregone conclusion. There was nothing Nikki Haley could have done to secure South Carolina. And I predicted this. And I was once again proven correct. But oh, wait, not only myself, RBN, Due Dissidents, Jimmy Dore, independent media, INN, everybody across the spectrum, and even you, my viewing audience, you. If you were driving to work, you knew what was going to happen in South Carolina. If you were going to sleep, you knew what was going to happen in South Carolina. Brushing your teeth, eating a delicious meal, having a great drink, smoking up with your friends. We all knew South Carolina was a foregone conclusion. There was only one way to really describe it, and that is through an oof, 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 oof. I know. I don't want to overplay it too much. But hey, how could things get progressively worse for Nikki Haley if she continues to embarrass herself? Well, there's always the option of being with no labels.
There's been conversation, there's been speculation about Nikki Haley as a potential no-labels candidate. There's also a lot of talk about Joe Manchin, Mitt Romney. Who will be your candidate on the no-labels ticket?
Well, I mean, the truth is we're talking to a lot of spectacular people right now, and we're not ready to unveil those folks just yet. This has been a project to essentially give Americans another choice if they're unhappy with the presumptive nominees, which, it appears is going to be Trump versus Biden right now. But we don't know. Nikki Haley, she's going to remaining in the race. You can't count her out completely. And hats off to her for staying.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can count her out. It's kind of over. She's done.
In it and for sticking with it. But we're looking for great quality people, folks that have broad appeal to independents, Democrats, Republicans. And yeah, I mean, Nikki Haley is somebody we'd definitely be interested in.
There's been conversation.
Now, I do feel sorry for a lot of these people who are still holding on to hope that, I don't know, Trump's going to get defeated. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Because here's the thing. And yes, we got to remember that at one point, Donald Trump used to be good friends with the Democrats and Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. But all these quote unquote heavyweight conservatives, they're hypocrites. The Republican Party is filled with hypocrites, just like the Democratic Party is. I want to pull up this video here. This is how's this for a swampy clip? 2012, Nikki Haley telling Liz Cheney that she was inspired to run for office by Hillary Clinton. Oh, horrible choice of words here.
If you go into just about any nursery school in America today, probably around the world, you will see that the little girls are running circles around the little boys. And I say that as a proud mom of both girls and boys. But the girls are running the place. And so I have often wondered what happens. Why is it that women are not yet anyway running the world? And I think part of it is risk aversion.
I just want to say this, okay? Everybody's capable of screwing up, men and women, okay? There's no such thing as the Hollywood myth of, if this person or this group or that, everything will be fine. No. We're all humans, and we all screw up royally. History has shown us that. Throughout all the empires in the world, there's always been the people in power, no matter where they stand, because, yes, history has shaken. There's been moments where there has been, women in charge, men in charge, all that stuff, empires in charge all across the world, and everybody screws up, okay? But, oh my goodness, don't use Hillary Clinton as an example, all right? Hillary Clinton's a screw-up, a corrupt screw-up.
What really jumped me over to say I'm going to do this is I was at the Furman Institute and actually Hillary Clinton was the guest speaker. And she was there giving a speech to a few hundred people, and she said, everybody's going to tell you why you shouldn't do it. And that's all the reasons why you should.
If you go
Oh my goodness. 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 Terrible. Terrible. So what lies in store for Nikki Haley? Well, until she chooses to drop out, she's still in the race. It's embarrassing. It's pathetic. It's downright a laughable joke at this point in time. But sooner or later, everyone's going to have to come to terms of what I have already accepted and said on the show. Not only did I say that Trump was going to win the South Carolina primary, but Trump is going to be the nominee and win the 2024 Republican primary. Now, I'm not scared. I'm not frightened by that. It's like, okay, it's a foregone conclusion because Republican voters made it clear who they want. I'm not going to change their mind. There's nothing that can be done to change their mind. They want who they want, and it's going to be Donald Trump. Simple as that.